Well, hey everybody, it's January still, and in keeping with resolutions, I'm going to talk today about one that's not to do with fitness or diet or recipes, but a big resolution many of us make, and that is to declutter and organize our lives. You know, it's a huge thing for a lot of us, for most of us. In fact, it's such a huge thing that there's been a phenomenon. We know about the shows Hoarders and the 1 hour, they condense this whole thing about emptying a house. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of us regular folks that are not hoarders. We just have accumulated a lot of stuff, and it's so easy to do. And I can personally speak to this from having moved across the country several times and going through the process of not taking things with me, only to move a few years later and go, okay, where did all this stuff come from? Well, there are reasons why we do that, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But the phenomenon I want to talk to you about today is Marie Kondo, who is really well known now in the limelight. Just picked up a Netflix series for 8 episodes and wrote a book back in 2014 that stayed 69 weeks on the bestseller list. The life-changing magic of tidying up. Sounds really, really simple, doesn't it? But boy, when you go to do it, it's really, really hard. Again, I know I've moved across the country and done this process several times. Downsized. In fact, when I moved to Florida, I moved here with basically a Jeep full of clothing, and that's just about it. Started completely over, and we won't talk about how much stuff that I already have accumulated. But it's a big deal. It's a very valid deal, and there are some reasons I'm going to go over with that. And then I want to give you a shortcut to Marie's secrets to making the tidying up process actually work for you and as painless as possible. And these are really great secrets, so please stick around for these. It's a shortcut. You can read the book. I highly recommend it, that you go and buy it. You can watch the Netflix series. She's going to show you in that series how this actually works. But I'm going to give you the nuts and bolts of the process today in this video. And by no means am I replacing her method, but I do want to share these with you as sort of a shortcut to get you started, because we're running out of time. January's over in a week, so we want to make sure these resolutions stick. But before we go on and do that, if you have not done so, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel and to hit the little bell so you get notices when these videos are up, and that you can kind of poke around the channel and see that we talk about a lot of different things. Lifestyle, yes, is a big thing. Cooking with Chris episodes. I'm really well known for skincare, so there's a ton of skincare stuff for problem skin, makeup, all of those things are there on those playlists, so please be sure to check those out. I get notes every single week of people who found a video they didn't know I had and said, gosh, this really helped me. I'm so glad I took the time to look for it. So do that. So getting back to the secrets of Marie Kondo's tidying up your house. What are they? Well, let's talk a little bit about why tidying up is such a big resolution for people. Let's think about this as if you would call it kind of feng shui for your life. You know, you've heard of feng shui and how to arrange furniture in a house so that the energy flows through the home. Well, your life is pretty much the same way. It's an energetic process that we go through. So you could really truthfully say that if you look around, your crap and your clutter is what's going on with you. So it makes sense. At the beginning of the year, we want to improve ourselves, so crap and clutter is part of the process, right? When you do this process, your energy and self-esteem go through the roof. I've done it. It's a huge relief. In fact, I have a friend who often says, you know, what you own owns you. So the less you own, the less owns you. And I think that's really, really true. The other thing is that people secretly long to have less stuff. It builds up over time slowly, and then all of a sudden we have all these things that we feel like we have to take care of, or we have to manage, and it's in our subconscious mind. Every single thing you bring into your home is in your subconscious mind. You can feel that. You know that thing is there. Even if you can't find it or put your finger on it, you know it's there. It's taking up some space, some energy from you. And that's sort of what makes it hard to say, where do you start? There's sort of this flittering process that goes on in the mind. It's like, well, if I go work on the utility room, and then, no, well, I don't get quite finished with that. I'm going to work on the kitchen. And I don't get quite finished with that. And then I go to another room or another area, the garage. I don't quite get finished with that, or the storage room. So we tend to like bounce around and we never really get started. We come to the conclusion, which is the life conclusion, you're never done. So even when you get done with this process, the way our society is set up, we have so much disposable income and so much disposable things that we end up just having a ton of stuff that really is meaningless and we could get rid of. I'm going to give you the secrets to the life-changing magic of tidying up. This is the shortcut. So here we are. Secret number one It's about taking your time. Remember, I just talked about flittering around and from thing to thing to thing, and you never quite get done, and it gets overwhelming, and you just give up and go back to whatever. Take your time. Take your time. Marie says the average household takes a month to declutter. And her process is not this throwing stuff away. It is taking the time, I'm talking about that secret in just a minute, to go through the process and understand what it is you're letting go of and why. The second secret, it's really about reevaluating and evaluating your place in life and places in your life and what they mean to you, and do you really need to have them? So it's taking the time and the reevaluation process of what these things mean to you and why you have hung on to them. And the third big secret is to start by category. So rather than going from piece to place to thing to whatever and not getting done, is start with something simple like the sock drawer. You know, something where you're not going to be so much attached to that. So you got all these socks with holes in where, this is an example. So start with something like clothing, something that's easy to let go of and donate. Then move on to things like books. Then when you've moved through the socks and the books, you move on to things like kitchen items, and then your storage rooms and your utility room and all of those things, and your attic and your garage. So you can see there's a progression here. So you start with the easy stuff to let go of. And what you're actually doing is retraining yourself in your subconscious mind that it's okay to let go of things, because the easy things that you let go of and donate, you get kind of practice, you get used to that feeling, and you can get just as much charge in this process from letting go of clothing, that freedom of looking in your closet and it's all straight and it's all like things that you actually use and wear and you've donated to help somebody else. That gives you sort of a sense of power. That same thing translates as you move through the process, so that when you're giving away the bigger items or the harder items to let go of, and you're working through that emotional piece of that, it's much easier because now you have your power back. Which leads me to her fourth big secret, is to thank your house. So each of these items, think of your house as a reflection of yourself, which we all know that's really true. Our house is our reflection of ourselves. And think about how it houses you and takes care of you and brings you comfort and shelter. Well, these things sort of have the same attachment. So what we like to do is thank the house, thank the item for its place and its service to you in your life before you let it go, before it goes in the garbage pail, before it goes to the relative, before it gets donated. Thank that item, whatever it is. It could be socks. You know, thank you for covering my feet. I know it sounds kind of simple, but it really works. Thank you for covering my feet, taking care of my feet, and supporting me through my life. That's really, really how simple it is, but that translates to the larger things that are harder to get rid of. So that really is the fifth secret, and that is thanking your house, thanking your things before you let them go. So think of it in the same terms. So the next secret and last secret is the sentimental things, the things that you really need to hang on to, and that can be some ornaments that have some sentimental value to you. Pictures, of course, pictures are really difficult. And Marie suggests that you put those in storage, some sort of storage where you have access to them, but you store them away and you organize them. So we're talking a lot about the decluttering process of the house. Then you want to move yourself into, of course, storing things and organizing correctly. And when you have less stuff to store and less stuff to organize, it's so much more simple to live that way. So I hope you find these tips helpful, these secrets. These are really the basics. Please, again, her show is on Netflix. It's really great. I highly recommend it. And her book is, again, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. Great, great book. Again, bestseller, 69 weeks. You can't sort of beat that. That even beats my book. Actually, it wasn't a bestseller that long. But anyway, it was a long time, but not a year and a half. So again, I hope you found this helpful. Stay tuned for more videos coming your way on health and wellness, cooking with Chris, and lifestyle, do-it-yourself, and some hacks thrown in to make life a little bit easier for us all. See you soon.
you.